Hello, today is Friday, May 27th, and we are actually headed to Hamilton today. Hamilton, you ask. Why Hamilton? Well, as I've kind of mentioned before, me and Jason are huge fans of The Room, and Greg Sestros, who is one of the main actors in the film The Room, is going to be in Hamilton. He's showing his new movie and also doing a screening of The Room. So Jason and I are headed to Hamilton for that. It'll be taking place tomorrow night, so we're just gonna kind of head there tonight just to have a little getaway. There's not really that much to do in Hamilton. There is a lot of hiking trails, and apparently there's a lot of waterfalls to see. So we're gonna be staying at a new hotel that is actually in Burlington, which is like a 10-minute drive from Hamilton. So we're gonna stay at a new hotel. It's supposed to be pretty nice, so we're gonna go check that out. Jason just handed me the keys and told me to start packing the car. It's typical. Right, so we just got all checked in here at the Pearl in Burlington. So far, I'm actually pretty impressed. The lobby was actually really nice looking, and this room is really chic as well. It's not that big, but parts of it are actually even better than like when we stay in luxury hotels, which is always very weird to me. But let's give a little room tour. So first, when we come to the door, we have the bathroom over here, which is it's not anything too big or crazy, but it's definitely sufficient. There's no separate toilet room. There's just the toilet in the main room, so that's a little bit different. There's no bathtub. We just have this nice shower here with these beautiful, fine black finishings. And then the sink is pretty simple. There's actually not too much counter space, which is a little worrisome, and there's only one sink. And actually, one of the best parts about this room is the robe. It is soft and plush, which is what I love. A lot of luxury resorts like to go with that like really rough cloth material that I never really understand why. And these ones are nice, soft and plush, so I'm excited to put that on later tonight. And then we have the closet here. It's got a lot of drawers, which is nice. And I guess this is where they keep the towels. Not too much hanger space though. I have the bed here. It actually looks really plush and comfortable. Excited to sleep on that. And then we have a nice desk here. There's some more drawers as well. So they do have this tablet here that has all the hotel information, the menus, you can local attractions and all of that. One thing that's really annoying though is that you can't order the room service on here. That would have just been a good next step to make it so much easier. I really don't like talking on the phone, so being able to order on one of these things is much better for me, but unfortunately, the minibar though is very lacking. There's just two things in here. So we just have water and then some grapefruit juice. Oh.
Some cream packets.
And then some stuff for your coffee back there as well. The only other thing in the minibar are these chips. So that's really interesting. I do have a kettle though, which I'm really excited about because usually lately I've just been getting one of these coffee makers in the room, and I like to drink tea every night. And it really sucks when I have to call down for room service to get hot water and then wait forever to come. I usually get too tired before it even gets to the room, and I don't even want to drink my tea anymore. So we do have a nice view, but no balcony unfortunately. But we probably wouldn't even use it if we did have one. We're not going to be in the room too much on this trip. But yeah, I'm actually quite impressed for a hotel in Burlington. It's not too bad.
Wow, that was Toronto leaders right there.
But I think we're going to go outside now and walk along the water before we have to get back here and get ready for dinner. So let's go do that. So we've just been walking around the waterfront and we're both actually quite surprised and impressed by how beautiful it is here in Burlington. It's along the water. I think our hotel is pretty centrally located. We passed a lot of restaurants on the way in, so we're excited to try one of those tomorrow for dinner. They looked pretty cute. And yeah, I think overall we're pretty impressed. They even have a little beach area down here. It was very small, but you know, if you really needed to take a dip, it's there. I think this is better than the Toronto waterfront. Less crowded too. And it didn't even take us that long to get here. It was less than an hour, so.
And I didn't speed.
Yeah, everyone was passing Jason. He wasn't even speeding. So it did not take too long to get here at all, and it's actually quite nice. I'm actually glad that we decided to come. We have the outfit of the night of this nice cream, kind of white colored dress from Dynamite, and I have matched it with my Gucci belt just to create some contrast here. And then I have these lace high heels that I haven't worn in years. Now we're just going to head to dinner here at the hotel. I just arrived back at the room after dinner and the service was so slow, but I think that's kind of their thing here. The tables around us were all there when we got there and they were still there when we left. So Jason and I like more of a quick dinner. We don't like it to take hours and hours and hours, but I think that might actually be their thing. But food was okay.
It's expensive.
Had better, but there was a nice atmosphere. It was a, you know, it was a classy place. But now I'm exhausted because I was so hangry and the food took forever to come out. So it really drained me. So I'm just gonna get ready for bed and cozy up in bed and then go to sleep. So good night. Alright, so it is Saturday afternoon here. We spent the morning in the room. We had room service breakfast. I had waffles. This is very good. But they put the syrup on for you, which, I mean, who does that? Kind of weird, but...
Oh, I'm a psychopath.
Yeah, what kind of psychopath does that? But anyways, now we're out in downtown Burlington. We're gonna find a restaurant for lunch and then we're actually gonna go on a hike. Then we're gonna have to come back to the hotel, get changed for dinner, and then head over to the theater to see some of the room. So it's gonna be an action-packed day, but first lunch. So we're at a really cute restaurant called the North Pole, and I ordered the Canadian doner. I haven't had a doner in like 10 years. The last time I had one I was in Germany. So interested to try this one out. It doesn't quite look how I expected a doner to look. The meat is very patty-like, but maybe I give it a chance. Interesting. Spicy. The one in Berlin was better. Alright, so we've taken a short 20-minute drive from downtown Burlington here to Stony Creek. There are actually a lot of hikes in the Hamilton and Burlington area that you could take, and a lot of them lead to waterfalls, which was something I found a little bit surprising when I was doing a little research about what to do here. There's a lot of hiking trails that lead to waterfalls, but unfortunately it doesn't seem that like there's one trail that goes to all of them, so we just had to pick one for today. And today we picked the Devil's Punch Bowl because if you're only gonna pick one, you might as well pick one with an awesome name. So we're not 100% sure, but we think that right behind us is the Punch Bowl,
I think it is,
which is the main attraction of this hike, and it's right at the beginning, so it's a little bit disappointing. It's I kind of want to work for the attraction, not just have it right at the beginning. We're still gonna go on the hike, but like, kind of wish that it was more at the end. Also, it's kind of hard to see from this vantage point, so I hope that there is another vantage point on this hike that we get to see the Punch Bowl better from, but let's get started on this hike. So we were a little bit confused by this when we first got here, but once you get to the parking lot, you'll walk down and you'll come to this beautiful lookout point, and then you want to follow along the fence will be the trail, and then it continues along this road, and that's how you get to the hiking trail. Alright, so we've made it to the main trail, which is actually in the forest and on the side of the road, so I'm looking forward. It looks quite nice. Right, so true to Jason and Katrina hike, or lost. So we come to this area where there like was no clear marker to go, and there's like 3 different ways to go. This one girl just took off and started walking down these train tracks, so we're following her. Although I have the feeling that this is not the way we should be going. So
You were planning the
no
hike.
idea.
You were in charge for hike planning.
yeah,
So
I thought that these would be like very clear marked trails. Although I think it's just like inevitable that we will get lost on a hike. Alright, so we abandoned the train track idea and we found this other trail that seems to be leading to a waterfall, so I think I read online that there are 2 components to the Devil's Punch Bowl, and I think this is the smaller, lower one, and the one we saw up there is the bigger one. It's a good hike. If you wanted just a short hike, it actually doesn't take that much to get to the actual Devil's Punch Bowl. So if you are a more avid hiker, the trail does continue on into the Bruce Trail, which is apparently 900 kilometers. So plenty of hiking and beautiful sights to see. So I do definitely recommend Devil's Punch Bowl. Confused about this car wreck down here. Like, how did this car get here? Was someone driving it down here? Did someone just leave their drunk car here for some reason? It looked like it hit a tree. It's pretty badly mangled, so it looks like it was in a car wreck. So apparently the story about the car is that it's from
anticlimactic one.
It's kind of anticlimactic, but apparently it's from what, 1939, did you say?
Allegedly.
Allegedly the car's from 1939, and in about the 1950s apparently it broke down. So whoever owned this property either let them leave the car there, or they owned the property and left the car there.
It was towed there after it broke down.
Yeah, so it got towed there after it broke down, and that's where they left it. And part of it had been taken away, the axle had been taken away for a wagon apparently, and then a tree has apparently fallen on it over the years. So that's apparently why it looks so mangled. Then the government bought this land and the car was still there, and it's still there to this day. So that is the story of the car, apparently according to the internet. I don't know if it's true. We found the best vantage point of the Devil's Punch Bowl is this lookout point. That's the one closest to the cross. So if you want a really good look at the Devil's Punch Bowl,
Real contrast.
this is at the end of our hike. So this is the cherry on top, getting to see it. It's pretty cool. It's a natural formation made by water, I believe. You can see all the layers of the rocks over time. It's pretty cool. But now we have to go to dinner.
Okay.
Also, it's like a 2-minute walk from the parking lot, so if you didn't want to go for a hike and you wanted to see it, it's a super easy thing to see. So we have changed and now we're headed to dinner. We're just going to choose a random one on the street. There's one over here that looks pretty cute, so we're gonna try it out, see if we can get a seat. It's about 6 o'clock because we have to be at the theater at 8, so it's pretty early, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Candles away and changes to jeans and t-shirt. She puts pasta in the oven.
So last night we went to the Playhouse Theater in Hamilton where Greg Sesterio was showing his new movie, Miracle Valley. It's a horror movie. Jason does not like horror movies, but he said that he liked this movie. To me, the movie didn't really make sense. It was also funny. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be funny, but it did have an element of funny. If it was supposed to be funny, then it was excellently done. It was good. And if it wasn't, then it wasn't that great. But I'm not really sure. And then he did a little question and answers. Maybe I should have asked that question, whether it was supposed to be funny.
I would have been mean if it wasn't supposed to be funny.
Yeah, but everyone laughed, so like...
I wasn't laughing.
You laughed a little bit. And then we had a little question and answer, and then we watched The Room, which was a lot of fun. A lot of those traditions where you throw the spoons. We didn't throw any spoons because I don't feel comfortable wasting plastic, so we didn't do that. But yeah, it was really good. Then we got him to sign his book that we bought, and then yeah, we got a picture. So
You could have collected them.
we headed back home and passed out because we were absolutely exhausted. It was a very long day, and now we have packed all up and we are about to head out of the hotel, and we're gonna head over to our friend's place for a little fun. They're gonna make us some food, and there's a pool, so it should be a lot of fun. So let's get out of here. Weird.
That's nice, eh? You like that one?
No.
Why?